Hey, what's up, guys? My name's iirix. I'm here today to talk to you about my recent draft of Showers over Innistrad and kind of try to educate you about, well, not so much educate, but just kind of inform about colors that I draft, the way I go about it, and positive things, negative things that, hey, you should not do this, learn from my mistakes. So, yesterday's draft was white-black deck for me. It was a fairly heavy white deck. I only splashed black for removal, and there was a lot of it. I did get a lot of good removal, and that's what's very high priority in draft. For those of you who do not know, a lot of people will go off of what's called bread, which is BRE. Forget the other two. But bombs, removal, evasion. That's kind of how people prioritize. Sometimes I do it that way. There's another one that I can't remember off the top of my head, but anytime I go for something like that to refer to other players, newer players, I tell them, yeah, bread. Bombs, removal, evasion, aggression, and then I don't remember what D is. I don't know. But yeah, so I played white-black last night. It worked out fairly well. I went 2-1. And I would have been 3-0, except my opponent in the second round got a very lucky draw that ruined my entire board state. I had the game set, and he got very lucky with his draw. So we'll just start it on it. I set aside some cards. I have no black cards down here because like I said, I only had black for removal and a couple flyers. It was nothing special about it. So two of the rares I got that I played are the Slayer's Plate and is it Handwear? Yeah, I'm going to go with Handwear. Militia Captain. The Captain, amazing. The plate is annoying. On a flyer, very, very annoying. But it's an equipment, and I took it. It got passed to me. This was like my fourth pick, pack one, I think. Fourth pick. I was not upset by this. And it's not a removal. It's not a bomb. But I figure I'm shooting to aim. Aiming to draft pick a lot of cheap flyers. It's usually what I do when I sit down at a draft, so that's why I usually play white, blue, black, some kind of combination of those. Maybe red if this set has a lot of flyers. Hardly ever green. That last one video I did where I drafted a mono green deck, oh man, that thing was garbage. It was bad because I didn't get a lot of removal. I'm not saying green in the format's bad. So anybody who likes green, that's fine. It's just I didn't get the removal I needed. I only got one clip wings in that deck, and I needed way more because I played against 3 different flying decks that night. Anyway, the Militia Captain, for those of you who do not know, he costs 1 and a white, and you get a 2/2, and at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 4 more creatures, including the Captain, he transforms. What he transforms into is this guy here, which I did not look at his name. It's something Cult Leader. Westville Cult Leader. His power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you have in play, and at the beginning of your end step, you get a 1/1 white and black human cleric token. Now, what makes that awesome? Putting the Slayer's Plate on that cleric token, because then I'll just suicide since I'm getting in our cleric over and over again. Well, when the creature this is equipped to dies, if it's a human, you get a 1/1 white flying spirit. Very nice, very funny, very annoying. The problem is, the one game I lost because the one round I lost, I had the game set. I was up one game. He beat me because he drew he had the blue guy that you tap to draw and discard a card. I don't remember the name. I think it's something Maniac or something. But you tap him to draw and then discard a card. He drew the black spell that gives all creatures -2/-2. He discarded that, paid the madness. It worked out so perfect for him. He couldn't have a better draw. That was like the only card in the entire set, I think, that he could have got that would ruin me. And he got it, and he was very unfortunate. He boarded it in. I know he did, because my deck was very, very light on toughness. But anyway, for my key white cards of the deck, Angelic Purge, I will swear up and down by this card, and it seems like a lot of people don't like it because you have to sacrifice a permanent to do it. I'm telling you guys, it exiles a creature, artifact, or enchantment. It's very nice. I will always pick this card. If I'm not playing white, I might just hate draft it. It's that good in my opinion. I like it a lot. And a lot of people who haven't seen the last video where I talked about this, I like this a lot because if you're aiming for Delirium, you could sacrifice a land, an enchantment, an artifact you have, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever you need to help your Delirium, this counts as a sorcery. So, sack a land. There you go. 2 cards right... excuse me. 2 cards right there. And it worked out perfect for me last night because I needed Delirium for the Ox. It gets it's a 2/5 Delirium +1/+0 and Vigilance. I needed Delirium for that because I had 2 of those in play. Well, I had the Crows come into play earlier in the game and it milled 2 cards, which were an instant and a creature. Well, I'll just play this sorcery and sack a land. Delirium, right there. Great for Delirium, and it's a removal that exiles the opponent's creatures. So forget your Indestructible or your guys like this guy who does things from the graveyard. Forget that. And this set has a lot of them because there are the white ones that make tokens by removing them from the grave, and then there are black ones. Actually, I think it's blue and black, has a fair amount each, that you like discard cards and then you bring them back from the graveyard to play tapped. There are blue-black zombies that do it. But anyway, this guy's awesome. 3/1 lifelink, and when he dies, it sucks, but if you have Delirium, you want to pay attention to it. But this guy you remove from graveyard to get 2 1/1 white flying spirit tokens. I love this guy. This guy's so awesome because he's 4 for a 3/1 lifelink, and I'm already happy with that. Then he gives me 2 more tokens when he's in the graveyard. Only once though, because you got to exile him as part of his cost. Another one. This was my first pick last night. Very first pick of the entire draft. Topplegeist, because Topplegeist is awesome. Another Delirium card. It's 1 white for a 1/1 flying spirit. When it comes to play, you tap a creature an opponent controls. Delirium at the beginning of their upkeep. Beginning of each opponent's upkeep. I want to make sure I get this right. You can tap a creature an opponent controls if you have Delirium. Angelic Purge, Delirium, easy, you know? So, yeah, that saved me. That's how I won round 3, is I had Topplegeist down for a long time, and he was playing red-green werewolves. Used all his removal on my other creatures, and I know that because both our decks were down to like 5 cards, so, you know, long game. And yeah, he had no removal, so I just kept tapping down his big guy and just getting through with the little stuff, and I did it with this. The key! Skeleton Key. It's 1 to play, 2 to equip. Equipped creature has Skulk, and when the equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you can draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Love this card, mostly because of Skulk. That's not really what a lot of people like about it, but that's what I like about it, because with Skulk, I got through many times with little creatures, and this is how I won the game, by skulking past all those big werewolves in round 3. I put it on, I got my militia captain to flip, so I get cleric tokens. So I just stuck a token on this, or I stuck this on a token. You know, do that over and over again. He'd kill the token. Whatever, I'll just put another one on it. Who cares, you know? Every time I got through, I could draw and discard a card. So anytime I got a land, a late game, where I already have like 7 in play, just draw a card and discard that land. It's great. It helps you. And early game, if you get this down, like let's say turn 1, you get any 1-drop. Doesn't matter. Any 1-drop that can do damage. Which I don't think there are any 0 power 1-drops in the set right now. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. But I would stick it on like Topplegeist, or the guy it's a 1/2 investigate, or the skeleton that can come back from the grave. He's a 1/2 for 1. Pretty sure he's a 1/2 for 1. Yes, he is. Stick this on there. It skulks, so early game it might, you know, not get through, but on the skeleton, he'll come back. Put this on Topplegeist, a cheap flyer, you know. Do that. You could draw cards, you could discard them. Very nice for getting through all the crap in your deck and discard those lands. Or maybe you can discard something to help trigger Delirium. Again, Delirium, you know. But I think the best card in white to help your Delirium is Angelic Purge. That's just my opinion, though. But anyway, white-black, it was very successful for me last night, and I did not draft any good rares. I got the Slayer's Plate. Well, I got the Captain, but I got the Slayer's Plate and the Captain, and then I got To the Slaughter, Eerie Interlude, and Engulf the Shore, mostly because they're white, black, and I was going to splash blue, maybe, but I didn't get enough blue cards. I didn't have enough stuff that would help if I flickered them, and this... I don't like making the opponent sacrifice a creature a lot because it's their choice, and giving the opponent choices is not usually a good thing. If it's like fact or fiction, where you take 5 cards and then your opponent, the 2 piles are made, and then you get to pick one of those piles. Your opponent makes them. You get to pick one of those piles, put in your hand, the other goes to the grave. That's not so bad because then you still get cards. But to the slaughter, target player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker delirium. They have to sacrifice a creature and planeswalker, not or. They'll just throw away some creature they don't care about. So, you know, that's what that is. I didn't get any really good rares. I got Slayer's Plate, which was okay. You stick it on a flyer. It's merciless. And then I got the Captain, which helped me round 3 win the game and go 2-1 because I had constant blockers. Well, defenders isn't the right word, but constant blockers. So anyway, that's how that went. So white-black, very nice. Take all the removal you can get, though. And that's like for any draft ever, because removal is always good. You want to get that removal. Prioritize that very high. A lot of experienced players will tell you that. Some will tell you, but like I don't put removal as high as I should. I usually put evasive creatures higher than I should on the chart. So that's why I say bread, but I don't really follow it too closely because I usually will take a good flyer over removal 2/3 of the time. But anyway, there you go. For all you new players, there's a little bit of some information, some advice. Take what you want out of that. Subscribe to the channel if you find this helpful. I'm going to be doing these for just about every draft I do, unless I keep drafting the same deck over and over again, which I kind of try to. Esper flyers. That's usually what I try to draft, no matter the format. But yeah, it's also because my local game store, a lot of people don't pick blue. I mean, I don't know how many times I've had a mono blue deck because people don't want it. This time, the guy right next to me was playing blue because I guess his rare was a good blue card or something. So I went white-black. But anyway, subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more of these. And I will be doing another one of these soon for Standard. I am going to a Standard tournament this Friday. It is currently Wednesday that this video is going up. So in 3 or 4 days, I'll have another video talking about Standard. I'm playing a Bant Collected Company deck, so if that's something that you want to see, subscribe to the channel, and then you'll know whenever that video goes live. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.